So McDonald's is putting 3D printed lights in 100 different countries, but how does that help them actually reduce their carbon footprint, and how is this thing even made? So a year or two ago, McDonald's had a very interesting problem. They wanted to control the light fixtures inside of their stores, and they didn't want something off the shelf. They wanted a really unique design. Their senior director of global integration, Mark Pochert, said that they needed to have an embossed pattern on the lower side and a different pattern up near the top of it. So there was just a lot of complexity going on with this part to where it couldn't really be manufactured any way that they knew of. To quote him, it couldn't be produced. Until they ran across Philips MyCreation. Now, Philips MyCreation started out as a company called Signify that was a spin-off of Philips. And what they were doing were they were creating 3D printed light fixtures and luminaires. These were really beautiful designs that they've been working on for several years. And eventually the company was reabsorbed into Philips as MyCreations. So Pochert found the designs of these lights on social media and reached out to MyCreations to see if it would be possible to create the McDonald's product. And what they found out is that after 2 tries, they were able to check every box, and even more than what McDonald's had originally anticipated. Right now, McDonald's is trying to reduce their carbon footprint by 60% by 2030. And they're making a big step by using these 3D printed fixtures because not only are these fixtures created from 55% recycled material, but they are able to reduce the transportation costs because Philips is going to be producing these near to the places where they're actually being utilized. So in this case, a lot of Europe and part of the US. That is a reduction in transportation as well as a reduction in the actual material making any of these things. And since these are very difficult to store normally, they would normally take up lots of air-conditioned warehousing and again, a lot of transportation moving them around because they're bulky, but they don't take up much weight. By using 3D printing, they're able to produce them on demand as they're needed. So now McDonald's does not have all the additional cost of storing the inventory, as well as the carbon footprint that creates by having all of this warehouse space taking care of something that is effectively air. Now, the way they print these lampshades are very much the way we print lampshades when we're working with clients. It is just a vase mode vase that has been printed with a single extruder going around and doing the outer bead. But since you're using 3D printing, you're able to create really unique patterns in very tight control, as you don't have to worry about any of the issues of molding. It's a really great way to create a very unique product that was never possible before, as McDonald's has discovered. They wanted to produce this traditionally, but it just would have been unmoldable or unmanufacturable entirely and wouldn't have helped them in any of their goals because it would have been wasteful and required a bunch of storage to keep these things going. Right now, McDonald's is planning to roll this out to 100 different countries by the end of 2023. So they've been working on it for a bit and have actually deployed these as of this video being posted. But this is such a great example of where mass production 3D printing is coming in and creating real products. These are going into McDonald's. Can you think of a more prominent and well understood brand than that? It is going into every one of their stores, shining down on everybody who's eating a Big Mac. So it's very prominent, it requires a lot of scale, and all of this is something that printing can do, which people don't really realize. 3D printing is able to actually produce large quantities of product at a high standard of quality and create something that was never feasible before. Again, according to McDonald's, when they were trying this originally, they said there were no off-the-shelf solutions. They had to make it custom and they could not use any traditional manufacturing. By using 3D printing, they're able to produce these, keep them flexible, get exactly what they're looking for, which was impossible before, and now actually meet their targets by reducing their overall carbon footprint because of reduced transportation, reduced manufacturing costs, reduced storage costs. And this is a great place for 3D printing to shine. And we love to see when giant Fortune 500 companies are using 3D printing in their everyday stores to actually produce a final and real product. And it is happening way more than you might actually expect. If you are in need of lamps or similar sort of items, drop us a line down below. We're actually a mass production 3D printing company, so if you need your parts produced at scale, hit us up. And if you just enjoy this content and seeing real 3D printed products out there in the world, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. We love showing these things off, and we like talking about how they're actually made and how to make them yourself. Have a great day, everybody.